Welcome back once again, everybody, to Mack9's Mines. I am your host, Mack9. It has been a few days since I last made any videos. I've not been completely off the radar when it comes to Minecraft. I've still been playing a little bit, but not really consecutively, and most of what I've been doing has been pretty boring. Oh, lag spike. Already? I've used a lot of furnace, a lot of coal, did a lot of smelting, um, did a lot of digging really, and mostly I was just kind of hanging out with parents and stuff for the 4th of July. It was not really much of any kind of interestingness for me. It's just trying to stay out of the heat, you know. It's been quite hot this year. I mean, there's been over 50 deaths apparently attributed to this heat wave because heat can kill. People can get overheated, dehydrated, all kinds of crazy stuff. But I built this little thing out here, kind of away from the rest of the village and city over here, and this is more or less where I just been digging. I collected up a absolute ton of cobblestone and some dirt, gravel, not as much there. I've been kind of using some of that. More cobblestone. I ended up smelting a bunch of it into smooth stone for a different project. I don't think I have anything on the roof, do I? No, just used a couple iron bars up here. Kind of give it like a parapet wall sort of thing. If we go down though, you can see the extents of everything that I've mined out, which is basically everything except the ores and a little bit of the iron. I left some iron in, and I'm gonna go back through here and pick all this out sooner or later, use like dirt scaffolding, but I basically just went through here and dug. And dug and dug and dug, and I had mentioned something about this once before in a previous episode, how cool it was to look at an environment once you've taken away all the stone and you still just have the ores left. This place is pretty neat. There was some diamond down there that I also wanted to get, but I think I do have plenty on hand. Let's say, did I forget my sticks? Because I broke my last steel pick. Make a quick crafting bench for down here. Just wanted to not collect diamond while you guys weren't watching because, I mean, people can cheat, and I'm not trying to cheat, but I mean, I am. I'm not dropping down there for 1 diamond. Let's see. And that puts with 4 diamonds there. Climb way back up this ladder. So, how's everyone been? What all have you guys been up to? Everybody enjoy your hot week if you're in the United States. Just about everywhere was exceptionally hot except maybe San Diego and the Pacific Northwest. As you guys can probably already see on the screen here though, I've been a little busy at work. This was the first little thing I built after I finished the last episode, where I was just basically saying I might build some stuff off camera. Yeah, this was the start of that. Oh, poop. I want to place that. I used smooth stone bricks for that, and I made this little thing here. There's nothing really inside either of these little structures. This is like a little market stall sort of thing, and I was just kind of playing with the idea. I polished up the remainder of the area around this thing. Oh, wait. Am I still on? I'm still on peaceful difficulty. Holy poop, I thought I went off of that. And then I built this. I tried to make them like spherical, and I kind of failed, I think. But, I mean, normal rocky outcrops are not going to be naturally spherical anyway, so whatever. What I did for each of these is I basically just built straight up off the ground using dirt, and then I dropped some stone on top of it. Ended up having to resmelt a lot of stone using a lot of the coal that I dug up out of the hole while making the mob grinder here. Which the mob grinder still works fine. It's basically exactly the same as it was. Stuff still spawns up here, drops down the side there. But I've now put up a little iron fence around the top and put in a chest area back here. But I haven't really been collecting a whole lot, so everything back here is still as it was. There's not a whole lot hidden back here. It's mostly empty. But I did bring some bones and some arrows from my house. So that way I could go ahead and store those all together here. And as you can see, it's already well under working. So, just drop a few more bones, drop some more arrows. I don't think I picked up any gunpowder there. Some flesh. Good deal. And as you can see, it's still going right at it. Pretty efficient. Very nice. Started laying out the framework for additional buildings. I was like, oh, I can run this way, and then drop another pathway back here, and then put up some buildings. I did sprinkle some bone meal throughout the field here, and didn't do this much. I don't remember this many flowers being here. I fed some of the sheep some wheat while I was finishing out a day. I think I'm still at 6 wheat here. But I haven't really done anything with the sheep. I'm going to collect a lot of wool off of them. I need to go get my shears out of the thing over there. But the meaning of today's episode was to go ahead and show you guys what I've done with my time off. I've played a little bit of Blacklight Retribution. I don't have any video footage of that because either I have a game that's really good or I just suck. I'm so bad at it. It varies from map to map. But I took a lot of the smooth stone I made some smooth stone slabs, made a lot of wood slabs, fences, and here we have nothing. But that's what I kind of wanted to do this episode, is I wanted to build a little building up here, and of course if I fall off the side, I'm gonna die. So I'm probably also gonna want to make a quick retreat down, so I can just be able to like hop off and be down at the bottom. But I wanted to move my house up here, so I didn't really have an idea of how I wanted to build the house. I was just like, oh, I'll probably just throw something out here, kind of like what I'm doing right now. Want a cobblestone base around the edge. I'm going to probably make a wool floor, because you can color wools and it'll look nicer. Don't think I have a shovel on me. I do not. Let's get rid of this dirt. It took me forever to actually get the grass to grow up here. I left the game client on overnight, just that way stuff would start spreading up. And it took forever for the first 2 little pillars of rock, but then the second 3 pillars basically just went up over the course of an evening, because I came up and checked every now and then, and it was going a lot faster than I was anticipating. And then before I knew it, this floor up here was done in like no time flat. I fed a little bit of dirt coming up this way, and this area just spread like it was some sort of disease. I don't even know, but yeah, it's been quite a week. I did this basically. Mostly the digging over there was the course of an afternoon, evening, and then this bit up here was the next day. I got lucky with a couple of the trees and they went really big, but most of the trees kind of stubby. Not too interesting. Looks like it's already turning night. I think I have plenty of resources here to get a basis of a house done. Again, it's not going to be a very large house. This is mostly just for mostly for look, not necessarily for awesomenesses. Wouldn't hurt for me to go ahead and have some wool on hand. Let's go back down. Since I'm so disorganized with what I want to build for any given episode. This area up here is pretty cool though. Should take some bone meal and sprinkle the individual platforms. That way I can get some extra grass and stuff growing on them. Oh, my neck popped. Now, a couple of you guys were actually asking if I would be doing Tropicraft soon. I know I've gotten a couple, or not Tropicraft, Technic, but I guess Tropicraft kind of falls in line with Technic to an extent. Gotten a couple messages and basically asking if I was going to be doing that, and the answer is yeah, I will, but it's still a little bit away. I have some stuff in mind that I'd like to do for it, but I don't think it's quite ready yet. So when it is, you guys will see it. Probably be past, oh, lag, probably past episode 20-ish before I actually start playing with Technic on here. The problem that I always have with Technic is I like equivalent exchange. It usually works really well, and I have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of fun getting all the resources and then building everything else. But as far as everything else is concerned, I don't have as much experience. I've done a lot of equivalent exchange, and I haven't done a lot of anything else. Like, I wanted to be able to do railcraft, and I wanted to be able to do all this other stuff, but I haven't really sat around and played with any of it. So I don't know, it'd be mostly a learning experience as I go if I'm going to be doing Technic. Tropicraft, I've actually watched quite a bit of that, and it doesn't seem quite as complicated as some of the things you can do in Technic, like red power and railcraft and all that good neat stuff. I would be actually more considerative. I don't know what I'm starting to say here. I might consider doing Tropicraft before doing Technic, or at the same time, just because Tropicraft is pretty cool. I like the wind effects. I like a lot of the environment and the terrain. It's very neat. I like Tropicraft. Just not exactly sure how to install it together. Oh, gotta say, these little platforms and stuff are made out of half steps. Such a pain to be able to get these things to work just right, because it's like, oh, well, I gotta dig a little dirt block underneath to place the thing on top, and then I have to place a dirt block on top, and then place the thing underneath, and I have to go up and down and up and down and up and down all over this stupid thing just to get it to look how I was envisioning it. There. Some gray wool. Put those near the door. Just gonna have the door right about here. One nice thing about wool is it makes a pretty good carpet. I mean, you don't often have a lot of uses for wool aside from beds and aside from just your average, you make a flag or something. But if you actually want to use it for a carpet, it's pretty nice and a lot of variety to it. Like, I'm using the dark gray wool here because this is where the door is going to be. If the door is right here, you're typically going to drag in mud and dirt and stuff on your shoes, so it kind of gives it that worn-in look, like you are giving a lot of traffic to that area. That's all the wool. Next, I place out some wood. And I'm going to need that axe back on the bar. Kaboom. As you can also see, I haven't exactly explored super far past that way. I would like to go out there and collect some of the cacti, because I want some of the cacti green dye. But I have to get some cactus to do that. Derp. Okay. Over here will kind of be like a workstation area. Next, I'm going to do some gravel pillars, kind of between wood for walls. A lot of people don't exactly use gravel for constructive purposes, but I find that it adds a little variety and can look really nice if done in like a decent pattern. Right here I'm just skipping every two. I'm going to fill in the bottoms with wood and then probably do some glass panes between, or glass blocks, as this is going to be a corner bit. This is going to be the door frame. I don't think I want to use that for that. I'm going to use just cobblestone here. So yeah, I've been playing some Blacklight Retribution. Game's pretty fun. It's a bit outrageous if you actually want to buy anything to own it, like you buy and customize gun parts and such, because it's an FPS, kind of in the design of things like Deus Ex, Human Revolution, or maybe even Halo. You could stretch it to say, but it's fun. It's really nice. The weapons are really balanced, but if you want to customize your weapon to be a little bit more precise to a specific way that you're wanting it to perform, you're gonna have to spend some of the in-game currency. I mean, yeah, you can rent it for like a day and it's only 200, or you can own it, and if you own it, it's gonna be really expensive. You'll spend like 5,700. That's 5,700, and you only get, whoa, lag. You only get maybe 200 a match. It's like nothing comparative to how much you actually have to spend. So it feels a little unbalanced in terms of how much you're actually spending. I mean, when you can spend Zen, which is their cash shop equivalent, and it costs, $8, $8 just to buy a scope, nobody's going to spend that. It's real money for something that it's very unlikely for anybody to actually spend. Lag. Alright, well, let's see, that's the basic trim. Don't think I want a window on this side, do I? Actually, yeah, a window on this side would probably be pretty nice. I don't need a window here. I'll have a window through here, about 6 tall, window here, and no window here. I guess this whole corner at this end will all be windowed over. Build up wood there. This end I'll put a window here, but I don't think I need one here as much as I will put here, and nothing here either. Gonna need more glass. I think I've only got, yeah, 32. That's not gonna be very much. See how far that gets me though. Glass, 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 glass. Yes, I know I can make the window panes, but with this texture pack, it doesn't really matter as much. I think window panes were really just the biggest benefit to when you had something that you wanted to be able to see past the edge down here at the bottom, and you didn't have all that that texture way up in your face. It's like the texture was so much closer, it seemed to inhibit your vision more than it actually helped. In areas like this little diagonal bit here, it's really difficult to make any sort of window look proper when you're using window panes rather than the glass blocks. Alright, and that is a floor. Now on this end, like I said, I kind of wanted this to do a work end, so I'd have like a bench and some chests and some furnaces. I'm also going to need to think of where I'm putting in either a bed right here or put it in on an upstairs floor, but I'm going to need some way of coming up. So let's put in another ring of cobble. I'm also probably going to hang this ring out a little bit, give it a lip around the edge of the house. Something like this. Oh, it's raining. I haven't been getting very much rain on this map. It doesn't seem to happen very frequently for me for some reason. And there, and then we'll bring it out a ring. If you hear a cat in the background, that is because there is a cat. He just kicked open the door and is now sitting in my window. But yeah, that's basically been my week, is just piddling around on this and either really dominating or completely losing horribly to Blacklight Retribution. So, what kind of new games are you guys been playing, or what kind of new games are you guys looking forward to? I know, like, Assassin's Creed 3 is on the horizon, and they've just released another trailer for that, and I'm pretty excited, and that looks amazing. I'm like, oh my god, I love Assassin's Creed fanboyism for the win. But, I mean, also the fact that it's kind of set closer toward something that's more knowledgeable for a lot of people in terms of like historical accuracy means that they're gonna have to step their game up in terms of how well they're able to tie in this whole storyline that they've been on for the longest time. Like, the Templars have always been the largest enemy of the Assassin's Creed series, but now they're coming to America, and they're probably going to be around the point in time of the resurrection of, like, Illuminati conspiracies. So I'm curious to see exactly how they're going to play out the conspiracies once they're done attacking Templar and such. Or it could just continue to be Templars, but then they start incorporating things like Freemasons or some craziness like that. I don't know. It's going to be awesome, though. I've been looking forward to the game for a while. But now that it's actually on the horizon, I think I'm more excited now than I have been. Alright, and we'll put in some ladder. Also, I want to put in some torches. So torch, 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 torch. There we go. Also put some torches in here. Actually, I kind of like this. This looks really nice. I'm gonna need a crafting bench. Ooh, thunder. Thunderbolts of lightning, very, very frightening me. Let's put in a couple of furnaces. I do still have the 5 furnaces back in my hut, so I will probably move those over here at some point in time, because I'd like this to be a bit more of a base of operations, and then I will continue to maybe use my hut way back there as a source for mining, because the mines down there haven't been completely cleaned out, and I would like to go back and clean through the there's already a torch around the corner here. Clean through the ravine. We never actually got to explore the ravine, and that was something I did intend to do. So, I have to see. I'm not going to be in this episode, unfortunately. It's just going to be in next or the following. Wanted to get this house and all this prettiness up here in the sky complete, because this place is going to be pretty awesome. The door, go in. Let's make a couple of quick steps out of stone. That's plenty. Very nice. Next we should make a couple chests, or at least one little box chest, because it doesn't hurt to have a little extra storage on hand. Drop it in there, throw those guys in there, throw the flowers in there, throw the wheat and the seeds, and the stick and the saplings. Torches over. Let's see if I can go get hit by lightning. Something I've never managed to do before, but there's always a first time for everything. Let's also see if I don't fall off the edge. Now, I do think I kind of have a goal of when I would like to start to wind down this series, maybe look into a different series, because I know, again, this is kind of getting back to the fact that people have been asking if I was planning on covering Technic. I will, and I again, it's not quite ready yet, but I think I might start edging toward it once I can say that I've quote-unquote beaten this stage of Minecraft. Minecraft itself isn't exactly finishable. I mean, yes, there's an end, but the end isn't really the end. It's more or less just an objective that you can work your way towards, and it doesn't really feel like you're through with the game. So I was thinking, maybe if I I don't know, collect like a full set of diamond armor, or I get to the nether and I have adequate amounts of potions. I don't know. What do you guys think a victory condition for vanilla Minecraft would be? I mean, with things like Technic Pack, you're not technically going to hit an end either, but it's more once you have all these resources available to you, once you've filled out Equivalent Exchange, Thaumcraft, you're basically unstoppable anyway. I'm just trying to figure out where exactly I would have to call the line for Technic, or call the line for vanilla. Because it seems to me that I don't really have a ending point in sight, and that's something that a lot of people always have trouble with Minecraft, is that Minecraft can literally go forever, and while some people can watch that forever, I've been watching several players just play and play and play and play for the longest time without making a lot of progressment, and it's because that I like their videos, I like watching where Minecraft can go. I just kind of want to know what you guys would like to see as like a condition for me having, quote, beat the game, since it's kind of vague in itself. Enough rambling. Let's step back down here. Should have enough for some panes, but I'm gonna still need more glass than that. That's not a whole lot of glass. Don't need the ladders at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a peaked stone roof. I'm not using the upper floor as all wood, because if there is a lightning strike, I'd rather the highest points be stone, because stone isn't going to burn, and wood will burn like nothing. It burns in a heartbeat, and I don't want my house set on fire by lightning just because it's the highest point on the map. Poop out of glass. That's okay. I can still continue working. Let's, actually I probably need to go down and grab some more cobble. It'd be nice if I could just sleep through the rain here, get it back off, but, can't really do that during the middle of the day. I should have some cobble down here in the chest near my guys, my grinder. See what the grinder's looking like too. Oh, it's pretty full. Not as full as it could be. That is going to be one little issue to having the elevated location, is that mobs are not going to grind and not going to spawn quite as quickly down here when I am way up there, because I am above the actual spawn requirement that I would need to be within in order to make these guys spawn optimally. So let's grab some more cobble. And lag spike. Alright, let's head back up with this. We'll slap out a couple more bits of stone. I have plenty of wood on hand, so I can make some more chests. And I don't have any wool on hand. I might just move my previous bed up here, but that's already starting to look much, much nicer. Once I fill out the windows, I think it'll be a pretty cool looking house. This is always something that I prefer doing, is having a texture surface of a house blended between 3 different designs. So I have wood, I have gravel, and I have cobblestone. Other things that I like to use would be something like maybe sand. I could put sand across the bottom here, and then wool across the top, and give it more tones of color, but you don't want it looking like it's a patchwork. Sand across the bottom would be pretty neat for the solid wood areas, but I'd still want the wood frame on the areas where there's glass. So, I don't know, I'll kind of think about that as I go. I might just change that off camera just to see what it looks like, removing little bits of the wood to see if it looks nicer with sand or not. Now we have quite a few steps, which is good. It's very good. We have some dirt, which I'm going to use to lace the ceiling itself to make sure everything looks pretty. Looks nice and pretty. Put another step through there. I was thinking I'll just do like a peak on the roof. Nothing overly fancy, but I'm going to kind of blend around the corners here. Another lag spike. Holy poops! Poops! Yeah, I'm gonna do a peaked roof here, but I don't think it's gonna be a flat peaked roof, as in having side walls that are flat and the peak kind of traveling just along the edge in the middle. I'm thinking maybe like four-way peaks, so there's a slope up this side, slope up that side, and this side, and giving it more of like a pyramid look. Not completely sure. We'll see how it looks once I start getting up there. Gonna need some half slabs as well. Do this on this side because this is a longer wall. Oh, let's not fall. Something I can also do, since I decided to make this more of a lip, is I can always run things like fence posts down around the edge and give it a little bit more depth. Having fence posts representing like understruts and supports that are holding up the upper floor's wall. Make it look a little bit more, I don't know, rustic, I guess. Block there so I can hop back up. Basic trim of it's done. Let's go ahead and make some half steps for, yeah, slabs. Quite a few of them right there. Place that. I need to drop that. Go back up. Hey, the rain stopped, but it's nighttime. Well, it's pretty bright up here, so I don't exactly have a dim working environment I have to worry about. Now, unless I'm incredibly mistaken, monsters can't spawn on steps like these guys, the little brick steps that up one step, up another step. I know they've never been able to spawn on half steps, but on these little steps here, I don't think they can spawn on either, and so we might be in the clear for not having to actually light up the roof or anything. That there. Travel back over here. That there. And that there. So just drop a couple there. And ooh, how am I going to do that? That's going to be the trick. That is going to be the trick. Because I'm still going to have to run cobble or something underneath there to keep the holes filled. Go. It's part of the pains of having to have an oddly shaped house. If you just had a rectangle, this is pretty much no issue at all. But because it's an odd shape, I have to be able to fill in all the little holes created by these guys. The half slabs are more or less just to make the corners look uniform, because otherwise the corners aren't going to have anything on them. You can't have like one of these and then have another thing next to it. It'll look silly. The pieces don't line up in the first place, but you also get this quarter of the block that's just kind of hanging out, jutting out on its own. That's not cool. Wow, I've already been, looks like I've been recording almost 40 minutes on this video. That's insane. Alright, well I think I'll put that there, and we'll do dunk, dunk. No, see, this is part of the issue I was trying to avoid. Do that. And that'll be fine, nobody really sees this side. I think that'll be okay. Won't look too outlandish. See, at this corner I have to put in another half slab, fill in the hole, then go right here, and here, and here, and here. Oh my god. And I've got to put in a cobblestone slab right there, or a brick rather. I can actually probably get away with a slab. Let's leave that out for now. I can put a slab in upside down just to fill in the hole right here, and it'll still leave plenty of ample room amount in the interior. So for this portion, I think it's just like that. Put in dirt as support, so I can plonk that, and dirt as a support, so I can plonk that. And we'll go over here, dirt, half step, and then we'll fill out here. Like so, and fill out here, like so. Oh, too far. Very good, got it back. Put in that, put in that. So yeah, I'm pretty OCD about buildings like this, if you couldn't have already told that I am trying to make this look as perfect as possible. I wonder how this would look with a half slab right here. What did I do on the opposite side? I don't think I did that on this side. The roof so far looks okay. Can't pop those out from here. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep going as I'm going now, rather than putting in a half slab and then putting a stair step on the back end of it. Keep it going like this. Oops, double place. Boom, and boom, and boom, and boom. Okay, next floor. Put in the dirt, put in the half block, put in the dirt, put in the half block, and put in the steps. Very nice, very nice. Starting to almost fill out the top here. It's about to get very crazy, as I don't know how I'm going to make the mid portions meet, but we're gonna cross that bridge once we get to it. Put in the block, put in the block, half slab, stair and stair. The block, very nice. Still has plenty of the blocks. Block, 2 stacks of stairs. Put this here. Actually, that kind of sucks. What I'm seeing is I'm needing to place that like there, but I have this step here I have to worry about. So I'm gonna have to make like upper half step where I am like placing well, maybe not. Maybe I'll get away with that. That'll be okay. I'll put half slabs across the top. Ooh, confusing. Then I would be doing something like that, and then just like filling out the remainder here with half slabs. That actually probably works out fine, because I don't really want to have to figure out a way to merge these guys into the middle, because this is not even, or not an odd number, it's an even number. It has to reach a 2-portion peak. but it'd have to reach it from 3 different directions, and otherwise it'd just be like placing block not there. Well, I could have placed it there, it wouldn't have mattered. Like something there, and then something on this side. But then it creates this little flat edge on this end, and it doesn't matter. I don't think I need that. I think it's gonna be, whoa, lag spike. Gonna be plenty fine with just the singular surface up here, just leaving it flat. Ow. Get the dirt back here. Go back downstairs for a second so I can make a few more half slabs, unless I still have tons of half slabs. Thought I just burned them all up. Alright. We'll head back up top. More half slab action. Throwing down half slabs at a 5th grade level. Oh yeah. And kaboom. That's the top half of the roof. Now I just gotta fill out the bottom a little bit and make sure they don't have any glaring holes, like all these little guys. I can easily fix these with some under slabs. By under slab, I just mean plonk, 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 plonk. So that the holes will not be visible from the outside, they're not visible from the inside. It looks just like a normal block, but instead of it being, oh, something like that, it's literally something like that. That's kind of the only way you can get around cheating the system when it comes to placing blocks like this, is you can place half slab, and it looks just like the original block, just flipped in terms of image here, but it still accomplishes the same exact effect in terms of look. So you get these, you know, blocks slightly out of place. It looks nice. Easy way to do that kind of stuff. The only thing is you do have to build a top portion that's going to hold the bottom of the hold the top of the slab first, and then the lower portion after that, because otherwise you'll end up with something like that, and that's not what I'm going for. Going for something like that, you got to make sure you click on the underside of the bit, not the block adjacent, because then it'll just place as if it was placed on the bottom surface instead of the top surface. Because I'm using stairs and half slabs up here, it will also kind of look like it's a little patchwork in terms of lighting, because these are not technically solid blocks, I don't believe. However, it's not going to make a big difference, because it is going to be, I think, updated where they are making it into solid blocks. So if something like this right here you can't place anything on top of, so if I went to do that, I shouldn't be able to place a torch on top of. Yeah, I can't actually physically place it on top of the slab itself. However, with the 1.3 update, it's supposed to make these blocks work as if solid blocks, so this area would be significantly darker. Of course, I have torches up, but it would still be significantly darker if it was 1.3 and I didn't have any torches in here at all, because sunlight would not bleed through the blocks in question. If that makes any sense. I know it makes sense to me, but if it doesn't make sense to you guys, I need to clarify. But yeah, that looks like that's the house. I think I might want to move the ladder somewhere like over here. Let's pop downstairs for a moment and have a look up, because this feels like it's closer to a center point of the house. Yeah, I'm gonna put the ladder over here. Let's break the ladder off. I do have an axe. Silly me. I'll plunk wood right there, and take the ladder and walk right up here with it. Very nice. And now I just need to go collect some sand. Now I do have a crafting bench down here on the bottom shelf, and I do have some wood I can make a stick with. I have some iron, because I had some level of foresight to bring along iron. So we'll go and collect us some sand. In the meantime, we'll drop any remaining building materials in here. And I'm going to call it quits for this episode. This is going to be the end of this episode, just because I've been running around climbing up and down this stupid thing, and you're probably tired of hearing me for a few. So I can go and dig sand off screen, come back up here, and have my house ready to live in. Go ahead and fill in the blocks right there, and then plonk the bed in. Right now it looks pretty good. It looks really nice, actually. I like the way this turned out. So remember, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at Mack9 on Twitter. And thank you guys so much for watching me build a new house. Tune in next time when we will be putting a few finishing touches in here and then heading back into the ravine. See ya.